So a lot of times what we do is, because previous situations didn't work, right? We don't think about it internally to say, how can I not let this happen again? What we do is we blame others. We take zero accountability and zero ownership on why that situation didn't work, right? And what people fail to understand is that two people are in a relationship. So when one relationship doesn't work, what's the natural thing we do, right? In our next current relationship, if a question comes up, because it always comes up, the first date is always interview questions. So what happened in your last relationship? What we do is we put all the negativity on the other person to make them think that we're better than what we are, right? We prop ourselves up, right? But really what we're doing is that we're getting to know someone, you're in a relationship with someone, but in some situations, people have not done the reflective homework to say, how is this, how this thing that this person I'm with is different based off of the person I was with before, right? We start to compare to say, oh, this person didn't do what this other person didn't do. This person doesn't look the way this other person looks, right? This person doesn't act, they don't dress, they don't do this, they don't do that. We start to compare, right? Current situations are forward momentum, our offense to the past, right? And what happens is that we become so enamored with what's going on with what we used to have and not even doing the homework or even the having the reflection time to say, okay, that situation didn't work. How can I not let that happen again? Right? Because we as people, sometimes we as men, we get in certain situations and relationships and with people for whatever reason. But the behavior becomes a cycle if we don't analyze and change the mindset. I'll give you another analogy, right? The Golden State Warriors just won the championship, right? So what do all the other teams do? They try to replicate it. They try to copy. But a lot of times what's missing is the Golden State Warriors have a certain philosophy. They have a certain culture. They have a certain mindset that a lot of the other teams don't have. And that's the problem, right? We as men and women try to copy the past because of truly in our minds, that's what we felt would have worked at that time. And then we look at the other person and try to develop some type of copy and paste into this person, but ignore the mindset as far as why this didn't work, right? And I'll bring back the analogy of how and why the Warriors are winning. How do we develop that culture? How do we put our mindset in that culture? Meaning, you got to have the certain mindset and a culture to be able to beat that full court press, right? You got to have a certain mindset and a culture to not overanalyze your past of why a situation doesn't work. When sometimes we as people, when we're in a better situation, we tend to, when it's not to our what we think it should be, right? Based off of our own standards. That's the wrong mindset. The mindset should be, I'm in a better situation than the one that didn't work. A lot of people don't think that way. We don't think that way, right? That's why, as far as me, it took me so long to get to a situation that I'm better than what I used to be a long time ago. Why? Because I had to get into the mindset that I can't copy and paste, right? All we're doing is copying and pasting in different relationships. All we're doing is copying, pasting the mindset, the behaviors, the cycles, the patterns from relationship to relationship, but not understanding and realizing that those relationships are ending the same way.